Now, shredded wheat. There's one thing that's always puzzled me.
How do you create the shreds? How do you shred the wheat?
Oh, that would be a trade secret.
Oh.
I just thought wheat is wheat.
They look like mini bales of hay.
It's like someone's knitted it all together.
To get to the bottom of this breakfast time mystery, I've come to Wiltshire to one of the world's biggest producers of cereal biscuits.
Hi there, I'm Jim.
Hi Jim, I'm Matt.
Matt Robinson is Director of Operations here, overseeing the production of a whopping 350 million breakfast biscuits a year.
So what happens here?
This is where we cook the wheat. We cook it in order to soften it, and then we can structure it and make a shredded wheat.
But before the grains can be shaped, Matt needs to dry off the surface moisture.
It looks amazing. It looks like some sort of wheat disco in there. They're jumping all over the place. What's going on?
When the moisture was all on the surface, it was too sticky to do anything with, so we've got air being blasted up into the wheat in order to surface dry it.
Once dried, the grains are left to rest for 8 hours. And then it's shredding time.
But I can see all the grain coming down here and the shreds below. But how on earth do you get that grain to look like the shreds?
So it's a really cool process. It gets fed in between these two shredding rolls. This one on the left-hand side is always smooth. The one on the right-hand side, Jimmy, is grooved. And what's happening is that the wheat is forced into those grooves, forming that long spaghetti strand of wheat.
Each grain is squeezed into a single shred, around 10 centimetres long. As each one feeds through the rollers, it's fused with the next grain to produce a continuous spaghetti-like strand.
It has to be right. If you cook it when it's too wet, it just smears. If it's too dry, then it shatters. So it has to be the right moisture and the right texture.
Each biscuit contains nearly 100 metres of shred, but exactly how they turn the strands into a biscuit is a trade secret. So Matt's taking me to the next bit we can see.
Wow, here it is.
Yeah.
But now it's cut into that familiar shape that I know.
From the grains going into the cooker, it takes an amazing 18 hours to turn them into something looking like a cereal biscuit. And even then, they still need to be baked.
So here we are, finally, the finished product.
Yeah.
Wow, it looks totally different. So what has happened to it here then?
The biscuit has been baked through that oven, Jimmy, and what's happened is that the moisture has been removed from that biscuit, and the biscuit has risen, and it has now a golden colour.
So it's been baked off,
Yes.
it's nice and dry, the strands are perfect, it's cut with precision.
Yes.
So this is really a feat of engineering, isn't it? It's incredible.